It's not a real stream unless unless it's scuff.
True. These are the rules. Okay, did it come back up? Did it come back up? I think it did.
Yes. Okay, I see something.
Oh, stop barking, bud. Stop barking!
Hmm?
Sorry, my dog is barking.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All
I've
right.
updated the guest thing, and we are ready to do this. To watch Mr. Edison. And friends, of course.
So how the game works is every character gets is represented by cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a combination of buster cards, like the super hard hitting ones, arts, where it's you help build meter, and quick, where it helps you build little stars where if you have the more stars, you get more a higher chance of hitting with critical damage.
Oh, okay.
And so if you have three people up, then you get 15 cards, and it just shuffles between them all. So if you really want to think about it, it's kind of a card game, but in the very loose sense. And then from there, you just pick how you want to attack. So we're gonna have Edison attack 3 times.
Oh, see, that's the character that I've seen the most of. Excalibur, King Arthur. Essentially.
Oh yes, yeah. This is yeah. It's labeled as Saber Alter, but yeah, you're right. That's King Arthur.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen a lot of.
This is a version of King Arthur, yeah, because she's the main, not the main. Well, she's the main character of the original series, but she's more or less the mascot character of practically the whole company.
Yeah. I apologize. One moment.
Okay.
I apologize. My roommate came up behind me.
Ah, okay.
I am loving Mr. Edison's voice. Loving that quality content.
Oh yeah. They get so many, and they actually get so many different artists to help design the characters. They get so many voice actors for them. So if you have a favorite voice actor, or even if a favorite artist, they've more than likely done work with Fate Grand Order.
I have noticed that there's a very wide variety of art styles so far.
Oh yes, like for example, nice. One of the characters I still want to get, Cleopatra, and the Count of Monte Cristo. Their character art is designed by the same lead artist as the person who makes Danganronpa.
Oh, nice. The Saber face is real? What does that mean, Flap Wolf? I'm confusion.
Okay. The character we talked about before, Arturia, the Saber. So when I say she's more or less the face of the company, like the mascot of the company, anytime they make a different fate, they use that same face to just draw in the people who already know the series.
Okay.
Even though they'll sometimes have this person be someone completely different.
Huh.
So yeah, I could show you once we get out of here. But like for example, there is that people who have that face. It's King Arthur, Musashi, Miyamoto Musashi, Nero Claudius, like Emperor Roman Nero Claudius, Roman Emperor Nero Claudius. I know there's more. Lakshmi Bai.
Okay.
It goes wild.
I want to touch base on the 20th Century Fox Edison. That was something.
So every character has it's more or less their finishing move or their trump card and it's called the Noble Phantasm, where you'll get to see it if their meter here gets to 100. It usually has something to tie to who they are, and the original series it's supposed to be like a death game. Everyone's against each other, and you kind of want to hold on to like that big move because if you're not careful, or if you're fighting against somebody who's like, well, I know we're fighting someone again who's like known in history, you could accidentally give yourself away. Like say for example, you realize that this guy's a Greek. You know he's Greek, and he's pretty good in a chariot. You realize it's supposed to be the Greek hero Achilles. Well, what are you gonna do when you realize you're fighting Achilles? You go for the ankle. Yeah. So because they hold on to their weaknesses.
Oh, that's so cool! I love that.
Yeah. So there's another game called Fate Extra. It came out a long time ago on the PSP. If anyone remembers that. And the entire game, what you're supposed to do is every stage when you're going up against a certain somebody, you're supposed to do like little recon and try and figure out who they are. That way, when you have your final showdown, you know exactly how to attack them.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So this really like shouts out to the history buffs too.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Ooh,
absolutely.
Nice. Now where's Alexander Hamilton?
I'm trying to think who'd be closest to that. Hamilton's not in the game, but
I think so.
There's a good amount of American representation though. Paul Bunyan's in the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, but the big thing, you might be wondering, or rather you may have just kind of glossed over it, but why is King Arthur a woman?
This is a great question.
So, do you want the canon answer or the most likely real answer? Because in canon, how they describe it, I'm just gonna say both anyway.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm ready.
In canon, they say, well, history is never 100% accurate to the records that we have, so it could be things that the Holy Grail would know that we might not know. Whenever a heroic spirit is manifested, that's you can more easily see what their true form actually is. But the real answer is money. It's so cute girl sells.
It's so true. It's so true.
Cute girl sells. That's why.
So true. Cute girl
okay,
sells.
so let's see. They're usually sabers, so let's go that route. So this is the original King Arthur. She was in the original Fate Stay Night game.
She's a cutie. Very adorable.
Oh yes. She was one of, if not the, most people consider the main character. And it's because when she uses her move and she calls out its name Excalibur, the main character who's teamed up with her is like, wait, hold on, you're King Arthur? And it was like, yeah, I hit it because I had a feeling you would kind of blab it to the enemy. But yeah, notice the face. We also have Lakshmi Bai.
So she's referred to as he in the series, though?
It depends. More so than not, like Arturia, they more often just say that it's she because the outfit that she's wearing is like, yeah, that's clearly a dress, and it's just armor on it. Most people actually thought that she'd be Joan of Arc. But to which you're not going to try to confirm or deny it because it's like, oh, well, you think I'm someone else? Great.
Great, fantastic. Was
exactly.
that bridal costume Nero in the top left?
Yeah, this is Nero. So this is the original Nero. And she was actually the main character in Fate Extra. But because it's gotcha, it was like, well, what if we have bridal outfit Nero? And that's where that's where she comes in. Yeah. It's more or less another reason to like, hey, this limited special version of this character is available. And is only going to be available for like maybe a month or a couple weeks. And I have stories about me trying to get this character.
Oh yeah?
Because out of the entire series, Nero is actually my favorite.
Oh nice.
Nero's my number one. And I remember when I first started playing this game, when I first started like making videos and streaming this game, I was just playing just to play. I mean, I remember a long time ago, I did a video. It was like, okay, how long till I get this Nero right here? Because she was one of the first characters that kind of got an update and was like, oh, we're adding Nero to the game. And it took me about 100 pulls, like 100 single pulls or like 10 pulls before I even got her. And she's not common. but she's not like the rarest. The rarest it goes is like 5 stars. And then a couple months later, I get a message, one of the few comments I ever get on YouTube, asking, "Are you gonna go for a Nero Bride?" To which I respond, "There's a Nero Bride." So I look it up, and it was like, oh, I need this. And so I start like saving up the in-game currency because it's so hard to come by, and I wasn't willing to put actual money down yet. And I just start rolling, trying to get her. I failed. And she was that was the only time that entire year she was available. So I remember I had to wait until she came about again. It really stung because that was during Valentine's Day too, and it's just like, oh man, this is bad. I spent everything and I got nothing on a PNG.
Oh my god, it's such a mood though. Those PNGs, man.
But over time, the limited characters like Nero, well, this version of Nero, come back, and so it was like, it was about a year later, and it was like, okay, let me try again. I failed again.
Oh no.
So I had to wait. A few months later, there was like this special grab bag, and it was like, hey, if you actually give us real money, then you'll get a guaranteed 5-star servant. And he was like, and these are the list of 5 stars that you can get. And Nero Bride was one of them. And so I go, oh my god, okay, you got me. I will spend actual money to try and get my Nero Bride. I got Attila the Hun instead. I got Attila the Hun instead. It wouldn't be until 3 years later I would get my only Nero Bride.
Nice, yeah.
It took me a good while, but that's how this game gets you.
So, my chat is saying that Arthur's daughter calls her father in the anime, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, because so even though King Arthur is a woman here, she doesn't outwardly say it, and her subjects still think, well, it's still King Arthur, right? So clearly it's a man. She hid this from everybody, including Mordred, because Mordred and... Are you familiar with Arthurian lore by any chance?
Not terribly so.
Okay, did you ever watch a show called Merlin?
Yes, I did watch Merlin.
Do you remember that one episode where Merlin helps a little kid who kind of seemed like he could be a little shit, but it's just like, whatever, and at the end he was like, my name is Mordred?
Yes.
So Mordred is King Arthur's son with Morgana Le Fay.
Oh,
and they added Mordred to the game. Well, they added Mordred to the series.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize that character.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that full armor. I'm a sucker for armor.
Yes. So she gets introduced in Fate Apocrypha, where this one's a Holy Grail War, but it's a team thing, right? Where it's just like it's the red team and the black team. Mordred is on the red team, but the master who summons her, the way they get is like, okay, here, use this as a catalyst to kind of nudge your chances to getting a member of the round table. It'd be great if you get King Arthur, but yeah, this is what you use. And so it's like, okay, so I'm gonna aim for King Arthur. Kind of like how I failed getting Nero, he fails getting King Arthur, and he gets Mordred instead.
Okay.
So one of the questions is, well, you're Mordred, so that means you're King Arthur's son and King Arthur's daughter? I thought you were supposed to be a boy? And she gets pissed. And it's like, don't you fucking care? I'm sorry. I don't know if I can swear.
No, you can. This is an 18+ stream. I cannot be contained.
Okay. Me neither. Good. As you can see. She was like, don't you fucking dare bring my gender into this. I will still like rip you apart. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yes, queen, slay.
So Mordred is the one, more or less the antagonist of the Death of Arthur, where he just kind of brings Camelot into a civil war, and that's how King Arthur ends.
Is It's funny. I don't actually know that much about the lore of, well, not lore, it's history, but the history of King Arthur. But I've literally watched like Sword in the Stone, Quest for Camelot, and Merlin, but I didn't retain any of that.
It's one of those things where it's just like, well, how much of it really is real? I mean, for example, because I was into King Arthur stuff when I was younger, but I didn't know so much about it. Like, for example, I knew about the Knights of the Round Table. I knew about the Sword in the Stone. I did not know about Morgan or Mordred. I did not know that King Arthur dies. And like, yeah, honestly, with however much you think you know about history, whenever they make these characters and they have them interact with each other, something about their past usually comes up, and they will just like use that, and they will either talk about it, or it will actually literally become a plot device.
Ooh, nice.
Like, for example, in Fate Zero, Lancelot is also summoned in the Holy Grail War,
Lancelot.
and so is King Arthur. So the idea is Mordred kind of used the Civil War to kind of spark everything, but what really started it all was the whole idea of Lancelot kind of sleeping with King Arthur's wife. Yeah. So it's funny because in the game, whenever they poke fun at Lancelot, he's a womanizer who explicitly goes after married women.
Oh my goodness.
But the one that was manifested in Zero was the Berserker, where he's lost his mind, and the only thing he wants to do is kill King Arthur because he sentenced Guinevere to death for infidelity.
Yes, true. One moment. Hello, Potion. It's so great to see you. Hiya, darling. I hope you're having a great day.
Hello.
You're shiny Mimikyu. You are. Hello. Say hello to our guest, Nail Kaiser.
Hello.
And Merlin is summoned too. Is
Merlin's also in the game, yes. That's another one I failed to get. But
Ripperoonies.
Yeah, but Merlin's actually a lot of people considered one of the strongest units that you could even get.
Ooh, that makes sense. Merlin's pretty powerful.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. We got speaking of variations of characters, we got younger King Arthur right here.
Your baby.
Yeah. Let's see, who else we got? I could show you. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you?
It's funny. I like history, but I only know like tidbits of history here and there. I'm not really good with names. I have like random characters that I latch onto.
Well, you'd be surprised at who ends up showing up. Like Lu Bu is actually in the game. You ever play? Oh, I was gonna say, I should say, do you know the Romance of the Three Kingdoms? But my video game brain just went. You ever play Dynasty Warriors?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
So no, it's all right. But there's a meme that came out of that game called "I think my game froze."
Oh no.
Yeah. Yep. There it goes. All right. Well, it's fine. But there's a meme that came out of it called that's more or less says "Do not pursue Lu Bu," because Lu Bu is more or less a wandering boss, and that can appear in like anywhere in the map. And if you just decide to take him out, you're likely going to lose.
Oh no.
Because Lu Bu was one of the strongest, like the most famous, prominent people in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Oh, cool.
Ah.
Is Merlin not hot? That's what
no,
chat's telling me.
people love Merlin. People think Merlin's hot.
Oh.
I wonder if there's a way I could show you Merlin, because it's hard for me to show off characters if I don't have them.
That's so valid. No stress if you can't.
Let me see if Spirit Origin list. No. Oh, I would have to go to.
One of my friends apparently sent them. Hold up, give me a second. Oh. The word you meant is hot. The word you were looking for is hot. Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's Merlin. Yes.
That's absolutely a hottie.
Yeah, he's a little trickster. He's another like super powerful character that you can get in the game. Hercules. Here we have Hercules. Yeah, not quite like the Disney character, don't you think? So this Hercules is manifested as a berserker, and the reason they use that is because the kind of darker side of Hercules that Disney did not touch on at all.
True.
Where Hercules at one point legit just I can't remember the exact reason, but he kind of snaps one day and kills his family.
No.
So in order to kind of pay repentance, he goes through the 12 labors, and once he goes through the 12 labors, that's how he attains his godhood. And how it manifested in the game, well, not in the game, but like in the original Fate Stay Night, each of those 12 labors is a new lease on life. So if you want to kill Hercules, you have to kill him 12 times.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of killing.
Yeah.
What are you, an extra cat?
More or less, yeah. It's like a cat and a half. Who else do we have here?
Who was the Derpy Eyes?
Where's Derpy Eyes?
There was a character I saw for like a second that had like eyes facing in different directions. There he is.
Oh, Gilderay, Bluebeard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really cool design. The eyes just threw me.
Yeah, he I don't know the exact legend of Bluebeard, but with Gilderay, he served with Joan of Arc in the 100 Years' War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when Joan of Arc was burnt at this, I have to admit, a lot of the history knowledge I ended up learning was through Fate. Well, at least it kind of springboarded me. But then at that point, it's just like, oh, okay. But once Joan of Arc was burnt at the stake, that's when he renounced God and he turned to Cthulhu instead.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So Fluff says they remember something about him putting on a shirt with Hydra blood in it, which drove him insane with pain.
Oh, is that how it happened?
Maybe.
Okay, because at one point he does have to defeat the Hydra.
I do remember that. That wasn't Disney.
That wasn't Disney, yeah.
That wasn't Disney.
Like, it's the lion, the Hydra. I don't know the rest.
It was like an eel of some kind. At least in Disney there was. All of my knowledge of Hercules comes from
Disney.
Disney.
Okay. We got Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's a really cool design.
He's one of the lower end units, so everyone can get him. So the higher gotcha. The higher the rarity, the more versatile, more useful they're going to be.
Yeah.
But this is one of the units where like everyone has, and he it's good to have him in your party. Like if you're starting out, but eventually that's when you want to replace him with like some of the more powerful, better units.
The character art is giving me what's that anime where you have like the really hot servant dude and he has like a
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. It's really popular.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it though.
I don't know why I want to say Phantom Hive. But that's not it. Black Butler. No, it's Black Butler.
It's Black Butler. That's what it is. Yeah.
Why was I thinking Phantom Hive?
I mean, I couldn't even think of a name at all. So at least you were throwing names out. But yeah, the character art there is giving me real Black Butler. Actually,
you know what? I'm gonna look up the artist Shimu Mudan. I wouldn't be surprised if they've done work with them.
Oh, that would be really interesting.
Because many, if not all of the artists here, they've done some major important, like they've had a big like breakout, or if they've done other things. There's just like, oh, it's this artist. He works for Nitro Plus, so he's done games like Steins Gate, Dramatical Murder.
Oh, it's Raptor who said Black Butler. Raptor knows everything about anime. That's his last name? The illustrator's last name?
No, it's one of the characters' last name, and I remember now. Dang, I just had it in my tongue. Seal Phantom Hive. It's Phantom Hive. Yeah. How did I know that? I never actually watched Black Butler.
Oh, okay. I've also never watched it. I only know about it because, just in the anime world. Ooh, who's the character with the interesting nose?
Interesting nose?
I love characters
Eric
that
Bloodaxe?
have not. Yeah. I love characters that don't have default noses. Oh my god, he's so cute. I love him. He's a fuzzy.
I don't know
he's a
much
fuzzy
about Blood
king.
Axe, but I think he's yeah, King of the Vikings. There you go.
Ooh, nice.
Well, that's another thing. The game will actually straight up tell you over time as you like use the characters, you get like these bond points where you get to know them, and then that's how you get more details about who they are.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
His nickname comes from his legendary cruelty. He brutally slaughtered his siblings in order to ascend the throne. He was protected. He was protected by the witch Gunhild while he murdered his family. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Well, I like his face.
He's appeared twice out of nearly 6 years of story. Yeah, but that's another problem that you have with like all the having this many characters. Some just kind of get put by the wayside. Like we get Billy the Kid. That's an American representation.
I love him. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. American history is the one situation I actually do know a lot about. I'm fascinated by our history. We're such a young country.
Let's see what other Americans can I find. I know Paul Bunyan's here somewhere. Let's see who we got. We have, when did Paul Bunyan get introduced? It must be, here's Paul Bunyan.
So adorable. Oh my goodness.
So this was the first for a while, this was the first North American exclusive servant that we can get. Like Japan didn't even get her. Not until much later. And this was just adorable. Like, thank you Americans for playing Fate Grand Order. Here's Paul Bunyan. And yeah, when she fights, she has it's hard to tell, but that's actually Babe the Blue Ox right there.
I was gonna say, is that the Blue Ox? I love that. That's so adorable.
I remember who I was trying to find before. There we go. This is Frankenstein.
What?
Yeah, they just kind of rolled Bride of Frankenstein into just being not Frankenstein, but Frankenstein's monster.
I was about to say, Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, if you want to get sassy, it's Frankenstein's monster.
Thank you. I am sassy. I do make that difference.
Yeah. No, honestly, people have been debating whether or not will we ever see actual Frankenstein added to the series.
Oh my god, those heels are giving me life. Oh my goodness. They're stunning.
She was also an Apocrypha.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so she has an anime if you want to watch.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, she's on the Netflix show, the Netflix anime. Dr. Jekyll and Hyde.
That's so cool. I love that.
So his is unique. Whenever he uses his noble phantasm, his class changes from assassin to berserker. So when he goes from the Doctor to Hyde, he completely changes.
That's so cool. I love that whole lot.
Yeah, he shows up pretty often. Beowulf, my favorites.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I remember learning about Beowulf in school. So when I saw him actually added to the game, this was one of those moments where it's like, oh my god, like that. It's hard for me to really get into a gacha if all I have to really go on are the character art. I mean, granted, the character art can go a long way, but it helps if I have like a connection to it. And not only do I really, really like Fate, but Fate just draws from history. So whenever a character...
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
I have an alarm on my computer that goes off and it was like cutting all the sound. Go ahead.
Okay. So whenever there's a character that gets announced, it's like, oh, we're adding this historical figure to the game, and I know them, it goes wild for me. Like,
yeah, understandably so.
I don't look too far ahead in like the Japanese releases because they're still 2 years ahead of us.
Oh wow.
But because most games they just try to make everything so that it's all like uniformed, but Fate Grand Order has been consistently waiting the 2 years. They're keeping the 2-year gap. But the last character that got announced that I actually got super excited for was Don Quixote. Don Quixote was this old story that I remember I had to read in school about an old man who just decides, I want to go on an adventure, but he's like senile. So like
doesn't
he
sound
thinks
good.
that he thinks that windmills are dragons, and so you see him fight a dragon. You see him fight a windmill.
I also think windmills are dragons. I don't like them. Something about them makes me feel wrong. It's like I love the progress.
He's
I'm here for the
your
wind
heart.
power. Absolutely, I'm here for the wind power. But for some reason, whenever I look at windmills, my brain's like, I don't like that.
You would actually like Don Quixote then.
Perfect.
Oh, I actually have a funny story about her. So this is Florence Nightingale.
Oh, I know that name.
Right. When Fate Grand Order started to like really, really get big in the States, there was a Reddit post that was super famous. I think it was titled, I'm the great, great, great descendant of Florence Nightingale, and I heard about your game. And it's exactly as the title sounds. Someone who's a great, great descendant of Florence Nightingale learned that, I think he was like his great, great, great grand aunt or something like that was represented in the video game, and he's like, oh, how's that go? And you see that she's a berserker, and like everyone really, really likes her, and she, like they were happy about it, but a little perturbed that so many people like makes the spicy art of her.
I can understand how that would be less than ideal.
Well, not like, I mean, I'm sure they were so far removed. It was like, whatever floats your boat, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a little weird.
It did be a little weird, but I mean, yeah, it's a game. It's not the actual.
Yeah,
person.
it's not. Yeah. But I'm assuming it's the same as like being like related to like a super famous person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure Ryan Reynolds has like a nephew somewhere who's just like who they know that their teacher is just like, oh, they may have one day heard that, oh man, if I had a Ryan Reynolds to myself all in a room, I would do so many things, and that kid had to hear that.
Oh man, that would be incredibly awkward.
It was like, that's my uncle.
I feel really bad for anyone who's related to Robert Downey Jr. who has anything to do with my stream, because I just
But yeah, let's show a little bit. I could show a little bit more of the gameplay. But did you have any other questions? Like anything at all?
You've actually been giving quite a bit of good information. I love that you shared the American history with me when I was interested in it. Is there anyone else in American history, or is it just those few that you have?
So I know they added. You want to know what's a trip? They added Geronimo into the game.
Oh, dope!
Yeah, so actual native representation. They've also
Love
added.
that.
Trying to think who else, because American has more than you think, but nowhere near as much as like the entire series.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I'm trying to think who else American actually does stand out. Calamity Jane. I don't have her, but Calamity Jane is actually in the game.
Ooh, I love that.
Who else? I'm trying to see if I have any more American servants. Because there are still so many people that I don't.
Was that
have.
an elf?
Where?
That one. Oh, you went past him. The down one.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is Elizabeth Baltroy, but this was the Halloween version of her.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that design. It's adorable.
Yeah. Well, her normal. I wonder if I can find her normal design. She's a lancer.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
she's supposed to be.
Lancers.
And we're back to the lancers. Yes. So her gimmick is because she was a woman who killed young women and bathed in their blood to kind of make herself look young. But this is her like fully actualized. So she's an idol.
Oh.
She's an idol singer.
I'm loving the little animals on her hat. Not loving the killing people to make herself younger.
Well, it's funny because this version of her is just like, well, she's already young, so she doesn't really have to do that. And
Yeah.
servants don't age, so yeah, absolutely has no reason. What's really funny is her actual self, when she goes by Camilla, is actually in the game, and she hates the younger self version of her because she doesn't have to try to be young. So this is her. This is also her.
Oh. Woof. Sorry,
Oh, what's even funnier? What's even no, I'll give you something. What's even funnier is every summer everyone gets well, not everyone, but a bunch of people get summer outfits, and this is also her.
Bark, 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 bark.
You know what's even funnier? She actually has dogs.
I love it. It's me. I'm a dog. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Oh my god, that outfit's so adorable. I'm a simp. Catch me simping.
So again, to kind of get money out of the players, every summer there are straight summer events that give you a reason that to have like a handful of servants to get special swimsuit versions of themselves, and they throw them out there.
I cannot believe my chat is bonking me. I cannot believe. Let me simp in peace. Listen, Lady Hot. I'm here for summer events. I love summer events. It's my favorite thing in Overwatch.
Yes. And my Nero got a summer outfit too, so it's just like yes, makes me happy.
Nice. Oh, the little clownfish. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I love that one. That last one was so cute.
Yeah.
Stunning. Oh my goodness, we love a queen.
And you can see them all too. Like as you exchange, you get different.
Oh, that's so cool.
Outfits. They put a lot of effort into all of the summer outfits.
Understandably so. Oh, you know what else I have a lot of? Well, not a lot of, but I have a pretty good history knowledge about Egyptians. Do they have any Egyptian?
We have Nitocris.
Oh my goodness. Bark, 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 bark. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So it's funny, the first year I was trying to get Nero Bride, I ended up getting this guy instead, Ozymandias.
It's so funny. I've been eyeballing him every time he passed up. I was trying to think of a way to like mention him without like. There's nothing about him that stands out that much, but he stood out to me because he was stunning. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how do I mention that? I want to see that one.
Yeah,
I love him. I love the design. It's so beautiful.
Like he's one of the accidental characters I got, but I ended up like using him a lot. So it's just like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him a lot. There was one point. It was right before the pandemic. I had everything I needed to cosplay him and go to conventions, but the state of the world ended that for me.
Mage says the way that I should have said it was just say, "Show me the hot one." They're all hot, Mage.
This is fate. They're all hot.
Mage, were you here for Thomas Edison?
I can bring back Edison if you want.
I love him. He's my favorite. Wait, is that a goat man?
Goat man? Wait. Do you mean him or him?
The one
Which one?
that has a face of a goat.
So do you mean him, or him?
Red and gold. Red and gold.
Red and gold. Him. Okay. So this is red hair. He's Chinese myth or Chinese myth legend, but I think he's actually Lu Bu's horse.
Bark, 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 bark. Hi, if it isn't obvious, I'm a furry.
There is a series of shorts that talk about that are take place in a Fate Grand Order universe, where it's just all the characters just vibing and hanging out with each other. Ooh. And there was one where the main character gets approached saying, "We actually have too many people here. We're gonna have to kind of like thin the herd." And it's like, "Well, I don't want to. They're all my precious servants." And it's like, "Okay, but then we'll have to pay you less." And then it's like, "All right, Tom, round them up." And he just starts like finding ways to like getting rid of a whole bunch of them. But then they look at red hair and it's like, well, he's only a 3-star, so yeah, he should be getting rid of. And then she goes, "No, not red hair. You know how much effort I put to like get him the way he is. We are not losing red hair." And the red hair is just like, yes, thank you. And he's just like cradling her.
That's so cute. So, I love it.
Red hair stands out there.
I love him.
There really are red hair stands out there. It's crazy.
It's me. I would be a stan. I love him. Bark, bark. I don't think he likes barking though. He looks kind of like a horse.
Well, he is the
Probably,
horse.
yeah, probably doesn't want me barking at him, but I can't help it.
I thought you meant him. So this is Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like his character art. I think it's cool.
So Blackbeard is like, he's still a pirate. He gets introduced in the third chapter where it's actually not in an area, it's out at sea. And he's one of the forces, one of the guys who's also looking for the Holy Grail. And when he learns about you and like how you have so many servants and how a lot of them are women and a lot of them are sexy women, he becomes a weeb and a stan.
I'm here for it. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you, Blackbeard, for being us.
Who else we got? Well, I can show you some, because what's also really good about this game are the animations of like said characters as well.
Yeah.
So let's bring in. Well, I already showed some sabers, so let's bring in. Let's go to a place where I won't need a saber. Well, it looks like everywhere I might need a saber. You know what? It's fine. I can show off other sabers.
Sabers do seem to be popular.
Oh yes, definitely. Well, they're considered in canon. They're considered one of the strongest, but that's because, well, swords are cool.
Sorry.
Let's see. All right, we'll say bye to Edison for now. Let's bring in.
Goodbye, Miss Edison. I love you.
We can bring in. Let's bring in Sherazade. Do you know the 1,001 Nights?
Yes.
It's where Aladdin comes from.
Yeah.
So Sherazade is the one who told the story, who told all those stories.
Bark, bark.
And let's bring in. How about Tamamo no Mae? I haven't used you in a good while. And we need a saber. We never got to see Saito, so I'll bring in Saito. And
It's true, Mage. I am a simp. It's my greatest weakness.
we'll go with that for now. Oh crap! I forgot to change my outfit so I can tag out. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
I believe you got this.
But yeah, Fate is actually one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite series of all time. Like, I love it.
It looks
so
really
much.
cool. I'm loving it so far.
And there's just so much of it. You could see so many cool things. It does so many ideas. Like, the one problem is there's just so much of it. You don't know where to start.
Valid.
But it's really easy, honestly. Like, there's one called the prequel called Fate Zero. That's the perfect starting point, because that's the zero event where everything just starts.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. But I love this series. And yeah, like you said, I could kind of
living for her.
I could really talk about it on and on and on.
I love it. I'm here for it. We stand people who are passionate about their games. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason I made Tum and Tell, because I know that I'm like super passionate about my games, like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. I can talk about them for hours.
You're a Mass Effect fan.
I love Mass Effect. Oh my god, don't get me started. So I'm obsessed with Mass Effect. It's so good, and I can talk about it for hours, and I love doing so, but there's not many opportunities for me to do so.
Earlier this year, I finished playing all 3 Mass Effect games on stream.
Yes, nice. I love it. Who's your favorite character?
It was my favorite character? Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
I mean, do I go basic and say Garrus? Because everyone loves Garrus.
Garrus is such a hottie, and he's so great. He's an amazing character.
I really like Jack, though.
That's so valid. I love Jack. Jack's so sweet.
I really, really like Jack.
Which is a funny thing to say about Jack, but she is. She is a sweetie in her own
Jack was
way.
A badass in 2. She gets really sweet and caring in 3, surprisingly.
She does. I know. I love it. She's such a darling. Honestly, I don't know. So my favorite character would probably have to be Garrus, honestly. But my favorite romance is probably Caden. That's because I'm an absolute simp for that beautiful Canadian man.
Wait, is he actually Canadian?
Yes, he is.
I never caught that.
Yeah.
Wow, just like I didn't catch how until the third game that Anderson was from London.
Yeah, so he actually, Caden briefly talks about how his family has a place up in the up near like Canada's beach, essentially, and then he also states how in the DLC that he's gonna make you a Canadian delicacy, beer and bacon. No, beer and bacon.
Oh, that works too. That sounds like an American delicacy, honestly.
I know, right? But that's. Hi, Ajax. It's so great to see you. You want an ooh woo or an oh whoa? You want an ooh woo or an oh whoa? Ooh woo. So I had to give Ajax his ooh woo.
Let's see if I can take everyone out with Shehrazade's finisher.
Yeah.
So her power in the Fate universe is her stories manifest into reality.
Ooh.
So like that big blue thing is the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah. Not her putting it away in her boobs. I'm here for that.
All right, do we have a... Yes, we do. I can use this then.
Going back briefly to Mass Effect, the only reason that Garrus isn't my favorite romance is because it feels very strongly like they sort of tapped out on giving him the romance that he deserved because they were uncomfortable with making the alien romance as in-depth as a human or humanoid romance. And I'm kind of sad about that because with all the other like humanoid characters, you get like in-depth romance scenes, you get kisses and love-ins and all that stuff. With Garrus, you get a head pat, you get a little boop forehead touch.
It's probably because they couldn't figure out how to make a kiss work with all those mandibles.
Figure it out.
Like he's got 4 of them. I did see a playthrough. Well, oh my god, his best story was when he was talking about his sparring with that one person who was just like a shit to him. Yeah, it was like I got the reach, but she got the flexibility. And then like I remember I was watching someone else play and it got to that scene and it was like, you know, I'm pretty flexible myself. And it was like, oh, yo, whoa, you could do that? Because like, Garrus is my bro. I never even thought of like the idea of like romancing him until it was just like, oh, they want you in there.
Absolutely. God, I love him so much. He deserves so much more. And I know that like, oh, it's how do you do it? How do you animate? Figure it out. You made the character. You made him high as hell. Figure it out. Also, Krogan romance win. Thank you. I want giant turtle man, please.
That sounds okay. I don't think it would have worked with the current, like the original Mass Effect, only because Rex was about repopulating like the Krogan race, and him being with a human would not allow that.
That's valid. But Krogan romance win. Give, please. Thank you.
But
1 second.
But I'm saying, though, Grunt was right there.
Facts. But also, that's my son.
Okay, yeah. If you think of it that way, then that's it's a little more up.
One moment.
Well, the only person I can think of is Okir, but I don't know if you want that. Let's roll off some more.
Okay.
Some more big moves. So this is Miyamoto Musashi's big one.
Oh, I love her design. Ooh.
So she's another super limited character that you can only get a handful of times a year. And I remember one time I actually did get her by accident when I was trying to get Neurobride as well.
That little tail is so cute. Oh my god.
She actually has 2 of them.
Oh,
because she's supposed to be she's supposed to be the 9-tailed fox.
Oh, Raptor, I agree so much. They better have a Krogan romance in the next one, or I'm riding. I'm throwing hands. Let me kiss the giant turtle man, thank you. Or turtle woman, I don't care. I'm not picky. Let me kiss the giant turtle person, and let me kiss the frog person. I don't care if they don't normally fall in love. I love them. Hi, my name's Tumbe. I'm 28 years old, and I freaking love aliens. Those fluffy tails are giving me life. I love the way they're shaped.
Oh yes.
They're like little palm tails.
Tamamo takes great pride in her tails. In fact, she constantly brings it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so the idea is you're supposed to get used to or learn more as you fight with each of the characters, each of the servants, that you get to know them more, and eventually you can invite one into your room, and when you're here, you can actually talk to them, and they'll speak to you.
Oh, okay, talk to you.
And each one has like a list of questions that they respond to. It's like, oh, well, who do you like? What would you do if you had the Holy Grail? Is there anyone you don't like? And every so often they'll give you, and the more of a bond that you develop with them, then they'll give you more voice lines, and you can actually change it to whoever you want. So, say for example, let's bring out Tamamo. Let's see how long before she mentions her tail. Oh, I think that's one of the most max ones you can get.
Oh, she's adorable.
She usually says something funny.
Oh, yeah, and her little bells.
Oh yes. She also has she was also in Fate Extra as well. With Fate Extra, you could choose one out of the 3 servants to go with you, kind of like Pokemon actually.
Oh, nice.
And she was one of the choices.
I love her
and depending on like
cute.
Depending on who you have, sometimes they'll actually mention someone else that's actually here. Like I'm trying to see if he mentions one of the other like versions of her, because they're all like at odds at each other because they all want your affection.
They all want your. Is this also a dating sim? What's happening?
Yes and no. There are some who are canonically like really, really into you. Like who's there? I forgot the actual like story behind it, but there's Kyohime?
Yeah.
Yes. Who I think her thing was that she was in love with somebody, but he kind of wasn't that interested, but he was too nice to outright refute her, so she set him on fire. Yeah, and that's why she's a berserker. and that's why she's a berserker. She really likes you.
That's where the spicy art comes from, Mage? Oh, whoa.
There's another one. I think, where is she? The Hassan of Serenity, where she's from like a society of assassins.
Oh, she's adorable.
And her whole thing is that she was exposed to like thousands and thousands of different poisons, so it's to the point where like just her skin is poisonous. If you touch her, then you will likely die. But because of plot and also like some of the other contracts you've made with other servants, you have poison resist. So you actually could touch her, and you don't find this out until there was an actual canonical moment where you accidentally kiss her, and it's like, you're not dead. That means I can touch you, and she instantly falls in love with you.
Honestly, amazing.
And there's Minamoto no Raiko, who I forgot what her whole thing was like in lore. I know that she led a team of demon hunters, but whenever someone is summoned as a berserker, they usually have like some aspect of their mind like corrupted, and they just kind of more or less go insane. It happens at various different levels. Like the Hercules that I showed you before, he's so insane he can't speak. But he's kind of like all of his points just went into like fighting. So he's a field, but he just grunts and growls like a monster. She's dangerously strong. She's outrageously powerful, but she's never really had a family outside of the demon hunters, and so she looks at you with like the absolute loving care of a son.
Oh.
So canonically between those 3, they are constantly stalking you.
Valid. So Fluffwolf says apparently he promised her he would marry her while never intending to follow through, but she remembered and wanted to marry him, and through a series of events, he did a couple of kind of not great actions, and she turned into a dragon and killed him.
Yep.
And Mage says, holy tits.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed on that character as well. I was like, is that armor or is that a shirt? What's happening here?
So, I forgot how the conversation came up, but we were talking about all the different I was talking with a bunch of friends. We were talking about all the different artists who get added to Fate Grand Order to make characters for the game. And somebody looked at Raiko and goes, I feel like I've seen this line before. And we look it up, and it's like, oh, it's Raita Honjo. And it's like, I don't know the name. And then he just kind of pauses for a second and goes, oh, I know that name.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, what have they done? Like, they've done a lot of work on that one website where you need the codes to find what you're looking for.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, they get everybody to do art here.
They really do.
How's your VTuber knowledge? Like outside other VTuber knowledge?
Limited. I'm trying to expand on it though.
Okay, so the person who created this character, Sei Shonagon, their artist is the same person who made Keiko's Bales in Hololive.
Oh, cool. I don't know that much about it, but I'm sure Mage does. Mage knows all about VTuber lore and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And he's also the lead artist in the upcoming Fire Emblem game that's coming out in a couple months.
Is he the one who created the blue and red-haired character that everyone's screaming about?
Yes.
I'm seeing a theme. They like blue and red. You know that's valid. It's great color combination.
Mika Picasso. Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah. Who else is there? We just looking at art again, but that's fine.
I'm here for it. I love it. This is beautiful art. I like the.
This was another one of my favorite characters. This is Orion, like the constellation and based on the hero Orion. But it's funny because he got he's a big guy. In fact, they call this version of him Super Orion because he's technically he's an archer because it's the constellation for Orion with the belt, but he's the archer. He's kind of like not like serious, but I mean, the whole thing was he's like the hero of the hunt or something like that. Mm-hmm. But he was actually added to the game before then. But how the lore goes was he was given the call to like become a servant. However, one of his loves answers the call instead and just kind of tags along. So this is technically Orion, but like her right here, this is Artemis, and this is Orion.
She has so little clothing. I'm here for it. We stand that.
Well, no. This is Artemis. Like the woman is Artemis. The bear is Orion.
I love that. Oh my god. That's
so the entire time it was like, why am I a little bear? This isn't fair. That call was for me. And it was like, yeah, but we're going together. And it's like, we do not just keep following me. And then you go, what is that? And then she just like kind of kicks him around because he's a little teddy bear.
That's
Orion is
amazing.
I have your chat up too, and he says Orion is canonically the first and only lover of Artemis, who he impressed with his hunting prowess. That's
nice. Yeah. I love that. I love the little bear. It's so cute.
Yeah, there are some servants who actually get summoned as pairs.
That's cool.
So we got this version of Orion, who is it's Orion and Artemis. We have, I know there's two riders like this. Yeah, this is Sakamoto Ryoma and Oryu. Mm-hmm. So together they're the rider servant. But it's him who was around during the Meiji era. And this right here is Oryu. She is a dragon.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll bring them into battle next so that you can kind of see.
Yeah.
There's also the Gemini twins, Dioscuri, who you can summon, but I don't have them, and I'm sad because I wanted them so bad.
That's so valid. And so Fluffwolf says Zeus got pissed that his daughter was falling in love and killed him, and she created Orion's belt in remembrance. Oh, that's so sweet and sad.
We got the two pirates, Anne Bonny and Mary Reed. They're another pair that you can summon together. They also showed up in Okeanos with Blackbeard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like all have a ship together, and they more or less do whatever they want because they think Blackbeard is kind of lame. But yeah,
I love Blackbeard. I think he's fantastic.
Blackbeard is actually like he's a lot of people's favorites.
He's a cutie, honestly. I think what we should do is, it's been about an hour, maybe hour and a half. I think we should do one more combat scene so you can show off the duo, and then we'll probably wrap up and raid out to someone.
Sounds good. All right, so I'll make sure I'll bring in Ryoma and
Fluffwolf. Blackbeard is a vibe. I already love them.
I could bring Blackbeard. Yeah, let's make this a challenge.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm gonna need at least a caster. So we'll use a. You know what? I wonder if I can find a Merlin because you wanted to see Merlin too.
Yeah.
There's a Merlin. All right. Well, we'll just keep this set up. Let's see.
Sky,
who did I say?
Hi, it's so great to see you. Have you having a great day?
I said Blackbeard.
I love his face.
There you go.
It's so great.
Oh, we need Ryoma too. They also have Anne and Mary also have a summer archer variant as well. All right, so I should be able to show off these 5. We never got to see Saito. Oh well, maybe some other time.
Yeah, I love having returning guests. So you're always welcome to come back and show off more.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll show them off. Oh, I should have. Nah, I can make it work.
I believe in you. You got this.
So yeah, I said before, this weekend they're probably going to announce the next chapter that's going to happen, and because it kind of takes place in over the course of real time. So the whole idea in the original game was, well, you have to stop 2016 from. Well, you have to beat the game before 2016 before the like humanity just completely collapses, and you canonically end up doing that because that's when the final chapter of part 1 actually comes out. And then from there you spend a year just kind of like tying up loose ends and whatnot. They give you more game because like, well, you beat the game, but what now? So they just kept on throwing more and more extra stuff until part 2 came around, where you gotta do that main story. Where it just kind of goes beyond where the original game had started. And right now they said that we have to defeat 7 other characters known as the Cryptors, where they more or less have domain over a part of the world. And so you have to go to each part of the world to just kind of like overthrow them so that you can actually slowly bring the world back to how it was.
Okay.
And beginning of this year, we finished taking on the 5th member.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now it's just like it looks like it's gonna be like another in between chapter while we try to get to the 6th one. But I'm at the point where it's like I don't know what's gonna happen, so I'm just waiting to see where we go from here.
That's exciting.
Yeah, but it's so much fun. And what they did when they revealed the start of this was the start of part 2 began on New Year's Eve, where you had to like the chapter released like it released at the ball drop, I think.
Oh,
and then
wow.
you had to, like right at midnight, because that was canonically when your home base was attacked and you actually had to leave, so that you had to try and figure out like a way to like reverse what happened to the world.
Okay.
Yeah, so it ties to
Oh my god, he
real
throws a
event, well,
barrel.
not real, but like the real timeline. Yeah.
He throws a barrel. I love him. He's my favorite.
I wish I had like more to like really show off, so I could show you more of the animations, because the animations that they give everybody, they're really fantastic. I love them.
And that's Merlin.
This is Merlin, yeah.
I love him. His hair is so pretty. Also, I meant to say, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the head pats, Ajax. Thank you, thank you. I'm in love with Blackbeard. I love his design. I love his outfit. I love his barrel.
Let's see if I could pull off like his big move.
Oh, silence, Popo.
They're gonna let me have it. Better block everything. And oh, perfect. So with this, I think I could show everyone's big move.
Ooh. He has a little.
I like how his hook hand, but he
I
still
love
has a
that.
hand.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I was just about to say, that's so fantastic.
Okay, I could show them all off now, but oh, that's why I'm doing such bad damage. So I'm fighting against assassins, but the thing here, they're riders, so they're not gonna do much.
Oh.
Yeah, so no wonder I'm getting my butt kicked here.
Oh, that's so cute.
All right. Oh, I didn't get to really talk about it, but so everyone has stats in the game, because the original game was kind of told as like a real overly complicated, like kind of basic D&D session, where everyone's abilities is like they have they have range, they have, like max targets and everything like that. But a lot of characters' abilities, they have they're tied to like specific situations. So for example, we just did this ability from Blackbeard. He restores everyone's allies health for everyone's health.
Gentlemanly love.
Everyone's health. He has, but he also gives bonus health to all female allies. So Marion and Anne got extra health from that.
That's so adorable. He's such a gentleman.
And it actually goes on to being like really, really minute. Like there's a character who does double damage to all Roman enemies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you fight like Nero, Caesar, and like Romulus, then yeah, they'll do double damage. And there's actually one, we talked about saber faces before. There's one who does double damage to saber faces.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's my favorite, because there's a lot of saber faces. Kind of like I have an anti-saber face is great.
Valid.
All right, let's show everyone's like big move here. And they always have like different effects. Not all of them are attackers. Like Merlin is a supporter. So he just kind of buffs everybody.
That's stunning. And the person who uses the extra saber damage, Fluff says, is a saber themselves?
Yes. Yeah, it's really funny. I forgot what that move looks like.
I love the cannons. And thank you so much for the head pat, Sky. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Oh. Very nice. I loved those animations. They were so great. Merlin was so gorgeous, and Blackbeard was amazing. Love his barrel.
Yeah, there's actually a few other Fate-based games as well. Like there's Fate Extella. That's more or less like a giant beat 'em up that you can go around and play. I know that's on the Switch.
Ooh.
There is there's an arcade version of this game that kind of plays like I don't want to say Apex, because it's not like that fast paced, but it's more like actually, do you know Dissidia, like the Final Fantasy game?
No, I apologize.
Okay. Think of it like Man, what's the game? You pretty much have a team of 3 and you run around an arena and you have to try to attack each other. That's what the arcade version of this game is. And some fans are angry only because, well, one, the company that makes it, they don't have any arcades out in the US. And which makes people mad because number 2, they have people who show up in the arcade game that don't show up in the mobile game.
Oh.
So in Japan, you can still go out and play it, and you can see all those characters. But in the States, for people who actually really like playing Fate, we're out of luck.
Aw, that sucks. That sounds so cool too.
Let me show you.
Oh, I love his dragon girl just hovering.
Yep, she's just kind of there.
I love that. I'm here for that.
She's just vibing. That's all.
She's here for the vibes, honestly.
Mm-hmm. All right, I could do Merlin's thing again, so I'm actually pop it. I swear I'm not trying to drag this out.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Just picked the wrong team.
You're good. I'm loving the animations. They're gorgeous.
I picked the wrong space for it. But I mean, yeah, I guess you get to see him more. So everyone has like, I showed it a couple times before, but if you attack with the same character 3 times, they get kind of like a bonus extra attack, where they get like a big wind up before they like do free damage.
Yeah.
I showed Merlin's before, but we can show it. I can show it again. And each animation is different depending on what card you pick.
The animations in this are so adorable. I love them.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's see if I could wipe him out. Alright, this is why he's a writer, because, yeah, big old dragon!
Ooh, that's so cool!
Alright, that did a little bit more than half.
That dragon was so freaking cool, I love that.
Uh-oh, there goes Eddie.
No, my boy.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Alright, well, she's back. I can at least defend him.
Well, they're really low, I believe.
The other 2, he just got a manga appearance in the one I mentioned earlier, Type Red Line.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So, yeah, because now they have like this this whole roster of characters. They can actually put them anywhere else. But a lot of the characters in Grand Order, well, their first appearance is in Grand Order. So now, as more things are coming out, you get to see them in other places, and that's always cool.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. It's like seeing like, oh, I've always heard of this character, but now I can actually see him in something else. I don't have to play a game where they want me to spend money.
Bark, bark.
Oh yeah.
Not sexual bark.
I forgot. I actually wanted to show off a gacha pull for you guys.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
So you think after this we have time for that? Okay.
Yeah, we can do a gacha pull.
All right, maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows?
I believe
I hope I can win this.
Oh, I love Cerberus.
Yeah, this version of Cerberus got introduced. Oh, when was it? I don't know, but you go to all sorts of places like in the game. So you actually go to Japan a handful of times, but you go to Rome, you go to France, you go to London, America, India, Scandinavia. Like they go all over, and they take legends and heroes from all over.
That's so cool. I love that. That's right, Mage. Everyone give him the luck.
Oh. Doing extra damage, but that was not enough.
Oh no.
The Cerberus says, "Oh no!
Oh no. Uh-oh.
All right, well, we get to see Saito after all. Oh wait, no, we got the other Anne. All right, well, at least she'll do extra damage because she's an archer.
Well, that's good.
Well, not extra damage, but we'll be able to fight the assassin. Oh, hold up. That took a lot of health. Let's see. Well, we got the Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Full combo. So in the rider form, you see Mary out more often, and Anne just only shows up for the finisher.
Yeah.
In the summer version, Anne is out more often, and Mary shows up for the finisher.
Okay, that's cool.
Actually, I wonder if I can. Oh, never mind. We won.
Nice. It was really touching
All right.
me for a moment.
19
You got
turns.
it. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm so sad my boy Blackbeard had to die for it, though.
He'll be all right. He's handled worse.
Nice.
Some of the other people I just real quick that hasn't shown up that I unfortunately don't have. Sherlock Holmes. He's a character that you can get. Leonardo da Vinci. I said the Count of Monte Cristo. Oh, Napoleon Bonaparte is in the game.
Oh my god, I love that.
There are so many. So yeah, and they're constantly adding more like every year. So
That's
it's
cool.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like I really do like this game, and I just like the amount of people they just have, and like how they interact with each other, how they relate. It's so much fun.
I like how they're tied into history. That's really nice. It's a really nice way to like interest people, especially those who have like an interest in history.
Oh man, if I was like a wee little kid getting into this, and I probably would have become like a history major or a historian or something, because just there's so many cool characters.
Right.
They make look so cool.
I know, right?
Like I knew about King Arthur before Fate. I knew about Lane before Fate. I learned about Beowulf and Jack the Ripper is also in the game.
Ooh, nice.
Long before Fate. And so every time I saw any of them show up, it was like, oh, I remember them, or I know them from history.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's really cool. I like it a lot.
All right, so this is the story banner where it's just like anyone you've seen during like the story mode, they can appear. They usually it's like Genshin. They sometimes have like a normal a themed banner based on like specific characters. But I have Raiko already. That's Ibaraki Doji. I think that's Black Kite Danzo, but I don't really want her. But there are so many people that I could get with this one, so I'm gonna roll this one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what we got. Here's
Chat, give all the luck.
All right. So anyone can appear.
Ooh.
So yeah, it used to be just 10, but they this year they allowed you to pull for 11. So yeah, these are just more like the artifacts that you can get. You can equip to characters. They're called craft essences. Some of them give you effects. Some of them give you like passives, or it'll give you like extra damage or whatnot. I hope it's not a mineral. Okay, so when it gives you the 3 lines like that, that's how you know you get a servant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mephistopheles. Are you
like
familiar with?
No.
Are you familiar with the story of Faust by any chance?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's how I learned about it from this. So it's not like I'm much better. Oh, there's my 4. Okay, so you're guaranteed a 4-star anything and a
Mm-hmm.
3-star servant. But usually whenever I see the first 4-star, it's just like, okay, well that's the best I'm gonna get. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna get anything cool from this round. Oh well.
I like the
But this is where
animation
the
though.
chick.
It's very nice.
Oh yes, it's so much fun. Well, not fun, but yeah, it's really really nice looking.
Yeah.
All right, Kuhu Lane, the caster version of him.
Ooh, I love his little fuzzy hat. Well, not hat, hood. Yeah, his fuzzy hat.
Saber. Bedivere. That's one of the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay, cool.
Oh crap!
Oh?
It's gold. All right, who did I get? Who did I get? Okay, assassin. Oh my god!
Is that good?
I spent over a year trying to get her, and she.
Nice, stream luck, stream luck, stream luck.
Yeah.
Nice. That's so fantastic.
Oh my god! Yes. Story summon.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh my god! All right, perfect ending.
Perfect
Unless I get
ending.
another. Unless I get another one. Oh, that was the last one. Okay.
What a way to end it. That's amazing. I'm so glad.
I can't say too much about her because she's it's a spoiler for the story, but yeah, the fact that she's like, why did it have to be you? And it's just up in one of the other chapters and she's like a main enemy, but yeah, now I finally have her because the entire time I was like, oh, but I want her.
Oh, I'm so glad that you got someone that you really wanted. I'm so glad the stream luck came through for you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, stream. Thank you, chat.
Yes, they gave you all the love, all the luck. Yes.
Oh man. I hope this doesn't mean next week I'm gonna whiff on all my pulls.
This is the way you've used all your luck. It's gone now. I believe though. All right, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. This was a whole lot of fun. I loved learning about this game, and I hope to have you back again.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll bring this game again, or I can bring another game. It could be another Fate. It could be well, it'd be weird if I bring Mass Effect, but because you already know Mass Effect. But
you could bring
yeah,
Mass Effect. I
who
will
knows?
scream about Mass Effect for all eternity. But I love that. Thank you so much. I loved having you. I'm going to go ahead and raid out and say goodbye to chat.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and raid our friend Roughworks. And once more, I'm actually going to type out the exclamation point guest. And come on, do the thing. Why is it not
I think I see it.
Did it show up? Okay, it might not show up on my end because I have it set to block the stream element spots. But yeah, go ahead and give Nail Kaiser a follow. They're freaking amazing, and I really appreciate them for coming on. And I'm going to see you all tomorrow with Murasaki Panda.
Hey.
So thank you. I will see you all. Bye.
Bye.